What's up, YouTube, Hillbilly Nation? Welcome to Hanging with Hillbilly. I am Hillbilly Stomp. Today I'm going to be doing another recommended video. This video is It's a Pleasure to Meet You Part 2. Now, this is a follow-up to Part 1 that I've already done by Oliver Anthony. This is kind of, I guess it's going to be probably the same format, more of a kind of vlogging about who he is and all that. But this came from Scotiabound 3547. Again, that's Scotiabound 3547. Thank you for the suggestion. Left a suggestion in the comments of something you'd like me to review here on the channel. So if there's something you would like me to review, just be sure to drop it in the comments below. If you enjoy this video, but at the end of it, just give me a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything here on Hanging with Hillbilly. Again, wait till the end of the video just to make sure you like what's going on here. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. This is Oliver Anthony's It's a Pleasure to Meet You, Part 2.
Well, hey there.
Hey, Oliver.
It's August 25th,
Chris.
2023. A lot's changed since the last time I sat here and spoke to you. My friends and family have asked me how I'm doing. Everybody is wondering if I've lost my sanity yet, and I'm surprisingly calm and at peace. I don't even know what to say, but I feel thankful to be given this opportunity. The music side is exciting, and all the Billboard, iTunes charts, and all that crap. That's great, but the exciting part's been the conversations I've had with people and the things I've learned just in a couple weeks about the human spirit and about all sorts of other things, the music industry and how dirty everything is. Like it's worse than you think.
They've offered him a lot of money.
The future looks like for me. I'm not really too concerned about the future. I'm living in the present. And
there you go.
I just have to have the discernment to make the right decisions from here on out. Because I think about that guy who was sitting here a few weeks ago talking to you, and the most important thing to me is not leaving him behind.
Respect.
I don't want to go on some roller coaster ride and come off a different person. If there is anything for me to address at all with you, it's that it's the one thing that has bothered me is seeing people wrap politics up into this. I'm disappointed to see, like, it's aggravating seeing people on conservative news try to identify with me like I'm one of them. It's aggravating seeing certain musicians and politicians act like we're buddies and act like we're fighting the same struggle here, like that we're trying to present the same message. I've had a lot of people reach out to me, and I've tried to be polite to everybody, and I've talked to hundreds of people the last 2 weeks. But it seems like certain people want to just ride the attention of this song to maybe make them their own selves relevant, and that's aggravating as hell. The other thing that I find aggravating is, it was funny seeing my song in the. It was funny seeing it at the presidential debate. Because it's like, I wrote that song about those people, So for them to have to sit there and listen to that cracks me up. But it was funny kind of seeing the response to it. Like, that song has nothing to do with Joe Biden, It's a lot bigger than Joe Biden. That song is written about the people on that stage, and a lot more too, not just them, but definitely them. It's cool seeing some of my other music come out, because people are, I guess, starting to appreciate and understand what it is I'm really trying to say. It's hard to get a message out about about your political ideology or your belief about the world in 3 minutes and some change. But I do hate to see that song being weaponized. Like I see the right trying to characterize me as one of their own, and I see the left trying to discredit me. I guess in retaliation. That shit's got to stop. If you watch the response videos on YouTube to this song, it's not conservative people responding to the song. It's not even necessarily Americans responding to the song. I don't know that I've seen anything get such positive response from such a diverse group of people.
You know, and just a quick comment on that. Here on Hanging with Hillbilly, the reaction video I did on Richmond, north of Richmond, you know, I've received comments from all over the world, from several different countries, saying, "Hey, this, you know, this we can relate to this here in Poland, or we can relate to this here in Germany or wherever. It's not just an American thing." And again, I agree, left or right, and I have seen Fox News kind of rolling it up there. I'm glad they were playing it, but let's not make it anything other than it is. He's talking about all politicians in that song, and the way they've kind of hurt us all. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this honest take on this video here. So let's get back into it.
And I think that terrifies the people that I sing about in that song. And they've done everything they can the last 2 weeks to make me look like a fool, to spin my words, to try to stick me in a political bucket. And they can keep trying, but I'm just going to keep on writing.
Good for you. Good for you.
I've got a lot of words to put down on paper, and I've got a lot of songs to put to chords, and I don't know what my music career is going to look like. I don't know how many shows I'm going to do and how many tours I'm going to put on, but I am going to stay true to my word. I'm going to write, produce, and distribute authentic music that represents people.
Stay independent to yourself, sir.
I do feel compelled to address something. Since I have addressed the conservatives, I do need to address the left as well, because they're sending a message out that initial song that sort of shot me up the radar, Richmond, north of Richmond, is an attack against the poor. If you listen to my other music, it's obvious that all of my songs that reference class defend the poor. Doggone, it's a good example of that. Needles in the street, folks hardly surviving on sidewalks next to highways full of cars self-driving. The poor keep hurting and the rich keep thriving. It's like, that's what I like to sing about. And, you know, the English language is interpretive, and so I do understand, like, there may be some people who misunderstood my words in Richmond, north of Richmond. But I've got to be clear that my message, like with any of my songs, it references the inefficiencies of the government because of the politicians within it that are engulfed in bribes and extortion. And, you know, the words say that there's people on the street with nothing to eat and the obese milking welfare.
That's a fact.
That references a news article I read earlier this summer that adolescent kids in Richmond are missing meals over the summer because their parents can't afford to feed them and they're not in school to eat cafeteria lunch. And meanwhile, I think like 30 or 40% of the food bought with welfare or EBT money is in a classification of like snack food and soda. I think 10% spent on soda, and I want to say like 20 or 30% spent on junk food. And that's not the fault of those people. Welfare only makes up a small percentage of our budget. You know, we can fuel a proxy war in a foreign land, but we can't take care of our own.
Facts.
That's all the song's trying to say. It's just saying that the government takes people who are needy dependent and makes them needy independent.
Keeps them stuck there.
And at some point I will dissect all my lyrics of all my songs if that's what I need to do. I mean, 30-some million people understood what I was saying, but it only takes a few to try to derail the train. to try to send out false narratives. And I'm sure there'll be more of that to come. It's like, it's driving people crazy to see the unity that's come from this, from all walks. This isn't a Republican and Democrat thing. This isn't even a United States thing. Like, this has been a global response.
Mm-hmm.
And don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Go on YouTube and watch all the response videos, And don't shoot the messenger. Like, I'm a nobody. It's my belief that divine intervention has put me in this position in this point in time to get a message across, and that's all there is to it. Like, I'm nobody special. I feel terrible almost that I've been put in this place, because there are a lot of artists and musicians out there that are far more talented, that have put in way more hours than me. Like, I don't deserve to sit in the top 5 places on the iTunes charts. And the truth is, I really could give a shit less about the iTunes charts.
That is something I do disagree with him about. He does deserve to be there. That song was amazing. That song was absolutely amazing. You could tell it was from the heart, and he performed it perfectly. To perfection. So yes, sir, Oliver Anthony, if you stumble across this reaction video, you, sir, deserve to be there. So don't let anybody tell you otherwise.
What I care about is connecting with people. What I care about is I don't know what this country is going to look like in 10 or 20 years if things don't change. I don't know what this world's going to look like. And like, something has to be done about it, There's been too many people die. There's been too many people sacrifice everything they've had. People die before they're even 18, Just for us to all sit here and just do the stupid shit it is that we do every day that keeps us all beat down and divided. Like, that's what I want to see stop. And I'm going to do everything I can to influence that at all costs, even if it does throw my world upside down. It's well worth it. But for now, I'm hanging in there, and I'm doing what I can. And I really appreciate everybody who's along for the ride. So there's a lot more to come, and I'm excited for it.
Good. We thank you for the good music.
On the next one.
All right, folks, that was Oliver Anthony. It's a pleasure to meet you. Part 2, where we got kind of a raw look into why he wrote this song, Richmond, North of Richmond, as well as some of his personal beliefs that have been kind of, I guess, his good name slandered and things used for other for means other than his intention. So good on you doing that, Oliver Anthony. I believe his real name is Chris Anthony, or actually, I'm not even sure his last name's Anthony, but anyway, he kind of explained that in a different video that I saw. But nonetheless, yeah, that was kind of a peek into behind the man here, Oliver Anthony. But again, this was a recommendation by Scotiabound 3547, who had a problem with the fact that some folks were just grabbing bits and pieces of this video and using them for their own means, kind of twisting his words and what he means. So I wanted to play the whole thing through. I did stop it a couple times, my bad. But, I had a few things I wanted to say about it as well. But you see the video in its entirety. So I hope you enjoyed the video here on Hanging with Hillbilly. If you have any suggestions on what you would like me to review next or react to next here on Hanging with Hillbilly, be sure and drop it in the comments below. Again, like, subscribe, ring the notification bell, blah, 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 blah. We will catch you next time. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you.